Now, if you have watched the video of this Major General, how he exposed what transpired when he was in the Nigerian army before he was kicked out of the Nigerian army. A Major General, he said he was arrested. They pulled his shoe, removed his cap. They made a Major General to lie down in the carpet. A Major General, what was his crime? They gave him a mission, go and flush out the terrorists. It seems that he overstepped the boundary by uncovering the financiers of the terrorists after he arrested them. That was his crime. Uncover even the airline they used to bring ammunition into Nigeria, of which I reported it some time ago. He mentioned names of Mandami office that he arrested 2 people that are linked to there. Brutai office, a whole chief of army staff, 2 terrorists were linked to his office. Attorney General of the Federation, 2 terrorists were linked to his office. And he said up to today, he's escaping assassination. He has escaped 4 assassinations. This was what killed Obadiah. Obadiah came to voice out what he knows after his investigation. A deputy CBN governor. CBN is Central Bank of Nigeria. For those of you who are not from Nigeria who are watching me. Now, they said a lot of people have made this statement. I'm talking about top military officers in Nigeria, including former head of Nigeria Defense Intelligence Agency. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you why the Nigerian government, why they were so furious. Nigerian government and their terrorist groups, they were so furious that Trump made a statement, I am coming to kill terrorists in Nigeria. You said, Nigerian government said they are fighting terrorists. Now, you see someone who want to volunteer himself, his own money, American taxpayers' money, not Nigerian money, to come and kill the terrorists. By the way, Nigerians have been going to America since 2012, begging them, America, come and help us fight insecurity. Come and help us fight insecurity. Because Trump fingered one thing, people who are sponsoring these terrorists, we are going to get them and wipe away these terrorists. That was the problem. You dare not touch people who are sponsoring it. Everybody who are fighting this insecurity, they will put you in one corner. And these people have a strategy of making Nigeria gullible ones. We have millions of gullible people in Nigeria who do not know their left and right. Anything the media said, they do. Anything their celebrity will say, they will believe. They are push and start. I read Ibrahim Badamosi Babangelia's book, and one of the things I love in his book is just in page 336, when he said that Nigerian youths are the major problem of Nigeria. That they don't reason. Anything you ask them to do, they will do. If you push them to do something, they don't ask questions, they will do it. After reading the book, I shed tears because this is just the definition of the useless generation we have today. Nobody is asking questions. Now, the issue here is that I want you people to figure out all these your bloggers, celebrities, influencers, all those people who were challenging vehemently the coming of America to fight terrorists, to take away terrorists. Figure them out. They don't mean well for you. You may not understand what I'm saying. They don't mean well for you, and some of them have link to these people in government offices. Some of them are being paid to say what they are saying. Anybody who is entering, even though you are entering bush now, you are using drone to fight insecurity, they will frame you up. You don't get it. Now, this is beyond terrorism. This is colonization. You don't get it. I said this is beyond terrorism. It is colonization. You people don't know what is going on in Nigeria now. Does it make sense? How do you mean that the government are sponsoring insecurity against their people? It doesn't make sense to anybody. But it makes sense in Nigeria because these people have an agenda. The agenda is not to breed terrorists, like let them start terrorizing. No. The agenda is to recolonize Nigeria, remove Western education. It is starting. And you think that all these school girls, they are kidnapping in Catholic schools here, they are sending a message. We don't want this kind of education. That is what Boko Haram said. Boko Haram said that Western education is prohibited. These are warriors of, or let me call them Islamic extremists who want Sharia. Boko Haram says Sharia is the way. Western education is prohibited. They don't want the life you are living. And people in government are sponsoring them. This man you are seeing on the screen, this Major General, he arrested 5 top Boko Haram. And that was where Buhari made a statement when 5 top Boko Harams were arrested. Do you know what he said? Boko Haram has been technically defeated. You know, you people forget things so soon, okay? I don't forget all these things. Buhari said Boko Haram has been technically defeated. Do you know why he made the statement? This man arrested top 5 Boko Haram members. Guess what? They didn't charge them. They released them. They allowed them to go. Now, the man also made mention of one thing. He said there were other Boko Haram members that they just tried to charge. They gave Boko Haram member 5 years imprisonment. You people don't get this. Like, I don't know whether I'm the only one that understands Nigeria like this. He said they gave Boko Haram 5 years imprisonment. Did he stay the 5 years? No. They released him after the conviction. Now, the same Malami that terrorists were linked to his office now was the one who went to Kenya, violated international law and Nigerian law just to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. I told you people how a government can create a splinter group. For example, now, let me give an example. Let me say someone will come out today and say, no, we have to start protesting against insecurity. If you just start it, you know what the government will do? They are going to create a splinter group from other people who said, yes, we are protesting. They will just go police station and bomb it or shoot a policeman. You will not understand that this is a government splinter group. I'm not mentioning any government too. I'm telling you what governments do, okay? Now, that group, immediately they will do that. They will say, yeah, hold that man who is organizing that protest. He's a terrorist. His people has bombed police station, charging for treason, death sentence. They will package the person into prison. If you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know all these things, you don't know it. So these people are so powerful. You know why I support when Trump said he is coming to take away these terrorists out of Nigeria? Do you know why I support it? I know that Nigeria cannot solve this problem. We cannot solve this problem. No, because you are not ready to die. All these people talking on social media, they are not ready to die. They are not ready to die. So this is a very silly something. Everybody is telling you we can do it by ourselves. The person don't have knowledge of what is going on in Nigeria. The person is totally ignorant of what is going on in Nigeria. Where is the money for the gold they are mining in Nigeria since 20 years? You see the terrorist financiers, both the 21 named Sarah reporters released. You can't see anybody that don't have 50 billion in his account. Individuals. 50 billion. You people don't know what is going on. You people don't know what. Now, all their names, okay? All their names, they are on profile now because Sarah reporters did their investigation before they published it. I don't know more about it. So I have got to start profiling those people. What am I checking? Are these people extremists? Of which they are. These are the same people who said they don't want Western education. They want Sharia. For you to know that the world doesn't have a place for these people. Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, these are Muslim countries. But they collaborated with this army officer to share intelligence, to capture these people. Most of these extremists in Nigeria can't travel to Dubai, a Muslim country. Does it make sense? No, does it make sense? These people just want a country like Taliban type of country like Afghanistan. This is the kind of country they want, like Yemen. It doesn't make sense. Now, I have been saying this time without number. A devil cannot kill a devil. Someone that hides something and is helping you to find it, you can't find it. These people who are sponsoring terrorism, they knows everything they are doing. You are the gullible one there that don't know. They change the defense minister, they change this, they change this. The solution is in their palm. I was making a video the other day and I was talking about that if Tinubu can release the name of terror sponsors, Okocha Marcel will tell you that Ofune, it is finished. You know why I want Tinubu to release it? It will become official. So these people cannot fight for election, they can't do anything then. If the government did not charge them, the masses will judge them. The masses will judge. Any place you see them, it will become a mob action. Not that I'm encouraging a mob action, I'm giving you an example. Now, if Tinubu refused to officially, I know why I'm saying this, you yourself might not understand, officially release the names that the Major General submitted, that Kunde Olawumi Group submitted, all these people, their names are there. But these people are too powerful to the extent that Tinubu said, if I fight insecurity, they will kill me. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? You see, the problem started when Sharia find their ways to a secular constitution. You people don't ask questions. Why did Sharia find its way to a secular constitution? Sharia find its way to a secular constitution. Why? Why will there be crisis for Sharia to be put into Nigerian constitution? Because if you say Sharia is for a personal status, like what an individual just believe, of course, Christians have their own belief, Jewish have their own belief, Africa have their own religion, Africa traditional religious belief. It's not in the constitution because it's a personal something. Then why do you make the move to put Sharia in the constitution? make you people they think. You people should reason. These people are not fast too. They are not fast. These people are strategic. If you understand computer very well, you will know the term programming. You see, I can program a computer to be running for me, running a task for me for as long as I program it to happen. So it will be running autopilot. Nigeria situation has been programmed. Okay, it has been programmed. These people have international representative. They have people in UN that whatever you want to do, people are there to defend it in the UN. They have people in ECOWAS. They have people in African Union. So anything you want to do, they have people who can pinch. But Trump, as a smart person, okay, knows what is going on, and that was why he just no hot. And these terrorists are saying no to him. Now, another thing is this, Trump made a statement that if we attack, it will be fast and sweet. They tried it before. I give you an example of what happened in 2021 in one of my videos, where the American Navy Sea came into Nigeria to rescue an American, kill the Boko Haram. They didn't have one bullet touching an American soldier. They finished the Boko Haram, still carried the American person, go back to America. Buhari was sleeping in Aso Rock then. The Air Force, they were sleeping, they don't know what happened. So, all this noise you people are making, Trump should not come, Trump should not do this. You people are making a useless noise, and it's not going to help anybody. So, if you want to hear, hear. If you don't want to hear, we're not coming. So, the truth is what we are saying, and we're talking reality out of issues. But you know what? Only time will vindicate the just. Those of you who call Fela in that olden days that Fela is a mad person, he doesn't know what he's doing. But after some years, you are now calling Fela a prophet. When South Africa former, President Nelson Mandela was arrested with gun, people said he's a terrorist. He was sentenced to life imprisonment, and he was there for 20-something years. But today, you have a day the whole world celebrates Nelson Mandela, because they understood that, yes, what he was fighting then, he deserved to have a gun to fight it. He was fighting for apartheid. It's all about survival of life. Now, you see the way they captured Nnamdi Kanu, they frame him up, they bring splinter groups to say they are. I know what transpired. I don't want to talk more about it now, because I have made about 1,300 videos about Nnamdi Kanu. So there is nothing I'm going to say now that I did not say before. Okay? Yes, he might not be 100% perfect, but he has a very good intention, and everybody one day we remember that man as a hero. Time is coming. Only time we put everything in place. So no matter how you argue today, may God keep you alive. So that tomorrow I will still be telling you, so I told you people that Nigeria is not going to work forever. I will come here and tell you, I told you people that Nigeria will be like this. Because in the test of time, study the whole world. I know where Nigeria is at this moment. There are so many countries who have been in this stage like this. They did not survive it. So, what are you going to do, as you know? Informations are useless to Nigerians. Anyway, in case you did not watch the video of this man I'm talking about, just take a listen.
Let me get into terror financing, and then I'll come to the OSW you talked about.
Yeah.
For you, successive administrations have paid lip service to unmasking prominent Nigerians allegedly financing terror and oil theft. Why do you hold this view? Allegedly so. And do you know, one would ask whether you know them. If true, what do you think is responsible for the past administration's attitude, regarding this so-called financiers of terror?
Okay, thank you very much again for this brilliant question. Now, let me, relate to my experience, right, as the commander of the Operation Service Wide, which was an intelligence-driven outfit. Now, like I said, we picked the main leaders and other facilitators, financiers, sponsors, and then we commenced investigation.
By picked, you mean you arrested?
Arrested, captured, arrest. Now we picked them. That is, it was a collaborative effort. Those elements that I mentioned, and investigation was ongoing, and the investigation team was made up of representatives from the Department of State Services, from the Defense Intelligence agency, from the military police, that's the army aspect of it, from the NFIU, the investigation, and it revealed so much. Like I earlier said, right, certain intelligence was shared. We were collaborating with about 33 countries in Europe, Western Europe, Asia, and other distant were collaborating with us and distant. Now, in the course of the investigation, I mean, we stumbled upon names of individuals, prominent individuals, and some of them are still prominent, and including the owner of an airline who was ferrying weapons allegedly for Boko Haram and other reasons. So those information, we took our concern, made our concern known, the investigation in terms of interim medicine to the powers that be at the time. And some of those people were linked to even cabinet ministers. Some of the people were even arrested. Some of the people who were investigating were linked to them. Were linked to senior military, retired now, of generals and the rest, right? Linked to many prominent distant. And in the course of our investigation, I mean, we now, let me just add also, we had 3 representatives from the Attorney Generals of the Federation Office, that's Minister of Justice, that were with us to guide us while we were making the case, so that because ultimately the Office of the Attorney General was to prosecute
those you arrest.
Right. Now, but as the thing progressed, I mean, we started noticing some kind of how should I put it? We noticed some kind of hesitation. I mean, things started coming up like, okay, some of these people, I mean, it would be difficult to pin terrorism financing on them, perhaps money laundering. I mean, look, then you started getting some calls that some people, you know, prominent that I should release, so person is not this and that, something. This. As the commander, I made my concern known to the president, late President Muhammad Buhari. I made it, I said, so this, and I recall on one occasion, he stood up, very angry. He said, General, I appointed you as the commander of Operation Service Wide. You report to me and to me alone. That was his exact words to me. General Muhammad Buhari, a great man. I mean, of course, he had his shortcomings. I was very angry when the whole thing happened, and I mean, he didn't even raise a finger to this thing. But I later came to realize, you know, that perhaps he was misled.
You say Tahiru devised a strategy, the late Chief of Army Staff,
yes,
to end terrorism in the north. Fill us in on this strategy. Is it being implemented now?
I don't know whether that strategy is implemented. Before delving into that, let me just say that the military and other security agencies are doing fantastic work. They're doing their best. They have challenges. Perhaps I'll come to that later. I mean, they listen, but they are doing their best, and they have a lot of challenges. Now, the strategy is nothing fantastic to say. I mean, it was just sincerity. Now, we had the OSW, which was on, right? It's set up in 2020.
You actually headed the OSW,
yes.
And the mandate was to dismantle the terrorism financing network
Absolutely.
in order to fight against terrorism and insurgency. Will it be correct to say that you could not achieve that mandate?
No, we achieved.
Or that you failed?
No, we achieved. Because we achieved to an extent. Because we arrested the leadership of the Boko Haram, just like I said, the leader. I don't want to mention his name because I'm not too sure, but I understand, I heard from the grapevine that he was released along with the 5 key guys. And that leader of Boko Haram, just like I said, the United Arab Emirates shared that intelligence with us. I know, with all this. And he was the one who even recruited the 6 individuals. They were jailed, 2 for life, one for 30 years, one for 20 years, another one for 10 years, another one for 5 years, the 6 of them. He was the recruiter of this thing. And yet, right, that man I learned, he and the 5 other guys who had this thing were released. I don't know for what reason. I don't know what reason. They were never prosecuted, not to the best of my knowledge. I don't know whether they were this, but they were never prosecuted. So, you see, those were kind of the fear, if I may use that term or word, the fear that one has over what has happened right now in terms of the arrest of those leadership. We hope that the thing we see will come to fruition. Yes.
You had written to the president concerning your arrest, detention, and compulsory retirement over what an investigation task force you headed unearthed. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, like I was arrested on the 18th of October 2021 and detained for 64 days under terrible condition, stripped of all my dignity. I mean, stripped, you know, a general being my headgear removed by a soldier, my boots, I was left barefooted, and in a cell. I mean, it was a terrible situation. And then on 21st of December 2021, they came to release me and they handed over my letter of compulsory retirement. And I made effort to get across to the late former president. And let me just add, as bitter as I am, as pained as I am over what Buhari did to me, as I said, I realized that he was naive. He was misled, and for that I forgive him, you know, and I urge anybody who has this thing, if it's on account of me, to forgive him for this thing. But anyway, coming back to that, on the I made strenuous effort to have that injustice corrected. It wasn't. Now on June 7th, 2023. That was exactly 10 days before my late mother passed away. She died on the 17th of June. Along the Kaduna-Abuja highway, I and my driver, we survived an assassination attempt. We were pursued by 2 vehicles, and at a point I had to call the commander of the troops along that highway, whom was appointed at the time. I was the general officer commanding 1 division, and they came, and that was what we were able to get away. You know, that was the 4th attempt. And on that, when that thing happened, of course, you can imagine my state of mind. I mean, 2 years after I was thrown out of the army, nothing done, this. So I now wrote to the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I wrote, and I passed the letter, you know, through a reliable listen to get across to him, because I didn't want to send it through the open mail. I never wanted this thing to be in the media. So that was, it was signed on the 21st of June 2023. Nothing was done. 6 months later, if you recall, January 2024, last year, that was when the news first broke, this day, and then you invited me to arise, and I came and listened. Then,
I'm afraid my time is up. We didn't have time to talk about the Presidency Institute, yes. BOI, which again you heard it was convened there, like you
yes.
said, by the NSA, uncovering 295 oil tankers that
yes.
convert petrol with major oil smugglers identified.